She learned early that fame doesn't knock politely. It barges in, tracks mud on your carpet, and then sits on your couch to gossip about your marriage. When rumors swelled in early 2026 that her home had gone quiet, that wedding ring had slipped off her finger, and that love might be limping where laughter once lived, Celestine Ndinda, known to millions as Wakavinye, didn't rush to explain herself. She posted less. She laughed less online. The internet filled the silence with its own stories. Some swore she had moved out. Others insisted betrayal had finally split the perfect couple. None of it was confirmed, but the speculation told its own truth. In Kenya's celebrity economy, even a woman's quiet becomes public property. That was not the first time Wakavinye had learned to live inside other people's opinions. Years earlier, when she joined the family of her future husband, she met traditions that pressed against her own sense of self, being told what to wear, being measured against expectations she hadn't agreed to. She learned to smile through the discomfort, to choose which battles to fight, and to build her own center of gravity. Online, critics also questioned her role in the empire she was helping build. Too visible, too outspoken, too behind the scenes to be credited properly. She took the hits, then went back to work. Because work, for her, was never just a job. It was survival, it was partnership, it was love turned practical. Before the lights and sold-out shows, before the matatus with their children's names painted boldly on metal sides, she was just a journalism student at the Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. That's where she met Timothy Kamani, funny, ambitious, and often broke. Their dates weren't candlelit dinners. They were long walks, pushing time, counting coins. When his airtime ran out, hers bridged the gap. When his stomach growled, her pocket money answered. She didn't call it sacrifice. She called it being together. Show, don't tell. A young woman splitting her lunch so a young man can chase a dream. Tell. She believed in him before the crowd did. As the crowd arrived, Wakavinye stepped into the light too, not as a shadow, but as a co-creator. She learned the rhythm of skits, the business of contracts, the grind of algorithms. Their comedy stopped being just jokes and became a brand, a company, a touring machine. On stage, their banter felt effortless. Backstage, she was counting costs, scheduling shoots, and making sure the engine didn't stall. Their love story went public in December 2016, when they married at the PCEA Evergreen Church, Rwanda. Friends stood with them, among them Abel Mutua and Judy Nawira, and the photos carried the promise of forever. Kenya cheered. Kenya claimed them. Kenya began watching. Then came the children, two small lives who rebranded their parents' ambitions. The names of their sons were painted onto matatus that rolled through the city, turning fatherhood into horsepower. Under Super Metro Sacco, the minibuses named Tugi and Toria joined Nairobi's daily choreography of hooting horns and hurried commuters. Show, a mother standing roadside, watching a vehicle named after her child disappear into traffic. Tell, she was building legacy in motion. Home followed. A multi-storied house in Ruiru rose from bought land and patience. Cameras toured the rooms. Comment sections toured her life. Every milestone became content. Every silence a headline. Through it all, Wakavinye stayed visible, on screens, on stages, in business meetings. She talked openly about mistakes with money. She talked about protecting creators' rights. She laughed about the early days when luxury meant extra fries. And when gossip sharpened its knives, she chose restraint over spectacle. Show, a woman posting less when the noise grows loud. Tell, she protects her peace, even when peace costs her applause. Today, Wakavinye's biography isn't a straight line from struggle to shine. It's a loop of building, being misunderstood, building again. She is the student who shared her last shilling, the producer who steadied a brand, the wife whose marriage became public theater, the mother who named moving metal after her children, the woman who learned that controversies don't end a story, they test how firmly you're holding the pen. And she's still holding it.